Go ahead.
Pleasure to have you here, New Orleans Senator. Thank you for coming. I've long admired your independent-minded streak in public life, and especially your willingness to criticize the current administration when the criticism was deserved. But as you know, there are independent-minded voters who are profoundly disenchanted with the current administration, specifically on the Iraq policy, but also the economy, and here locally, of course, on the mismanagement of Katrina. Senator Obama, in particular, has really attempted to claim this mantle of change for those disenchanted voters. What do you say to them, and how do you go about convincing them that you're not just more of the same?
I think there's two ways of doing that, and thank you for the question, because it's a fundamental challenge of this campaign. I think the way that I do that is try to, first of all, out-campaign anybody. I think that's one of the reasons why I was able to get the nomination of my party. I had 101 town hall meetings in the state of New Hampshire. And by the way, I don't mean to drag it out, but I ask your sympathy. I want to tell you that my favorite political joke concerns a guy from Arizona years ago named Marsh Udall that ran for president of the United States. And as you know, New Hampshire is a place where they like to examine the candidates, and you have to have the town hall meetings, and they take a long time to decide. And his favorite story is he walked into a barber shop in Manchester, New Hampshire, and said, "Hi, I'm Marsh Udall from Arizona, and I'm running for president of the United States." And the barber said, "Yeah, we were just laughing about that this morning." So I have very similar experiences when we first ran before. I've got to out-campaign. I've got to rely on people's judgment of my experience, my background, my knowledge, and my judgment. But most importantly of all, I have to give them a vision for this nation's future that they can believe in and trust in. It goes back to this trust and confidence issue. 81% of the American people in a poll I recently saw said the country's on the wrong track. And so I'm going to have to give them my vision. I'm going to have to articulate in the most persuasive fashion. I'm going to have to win the debates that are going to come up, as you know, in the fall, once the Democrats have decided on their candidate. And I have to convince people that I'm not going to be the president of the Republican Party. I'm not going to be the president of any party as much as I am grounded in the principles of Abraham Lincoln, Theodore Roosevelt, and Ronald Reagan. Those are my basics and my philosophies. But having said that, I want to be the president of every American, whether they vote for me or not. That's the way we bring about change in America. And I believe I can convince them of that with specific programs, specific changes, and specific vision for the future of this country. And I think they're going to be paying attention.